Okie doke. So what we're gonna tie here is just my super simple, small. Uh, it's essentially just a little beetle popper. It's there's not much to it. Super easy to tie. You can do it in a wide range of colors. And so we'll just get cracking. What I have in the vise is a TMC 100 size 14. The thread I'm going to be using is just some uni thread 80 in black. And I want to start this guy about if I get my thread on there, about 2 bodkin widths or so behind the eye. I just want to make sure I have enough room to make a head. And I'm just going to wrap back a little ways. Trim that off. I'm going to take my thread back to the barb or just past the barb. Really, it just depends on however big or small you want to make it. And you can make these on bigger hooks. I don't know if you can get them on smaller hooks. Smaller than a 14 too easy. So what I have here is just some craft foam. It's got glitter on one side. I just kind of think it's neat to have the little shiny back. So if you did these in, like, say, yellow or something and you have the little shiny back, it makes them pretty easy to see on the water even though they're so small. So what we want to do is just have cut our foam so that it's right at or just a little bit bigger than the gap of the hook. And we're going to come in and just kind of trim this down to a point, like so. And I want to line that point up basically with where my thread started. I want to make a couple loose wraps over, tighten down, and I'm just going to advance that thread, trying to keep all this foam on top the best you can. And we'll work our way back just so it's hanging off the back like so. These gigs are great for bluegills and other small panfish. Anything that's hitting top water, you probably get some trout on them. I've never caught a trout on it, but I'm sure you could in the right conditions, especially a little lake trout or something. So next, what you need is just a saddle hackle, any size, one that's beat up. Really, not even a saddle hackle. You could use like an Indian neck or something like that. Just really whatever. These are going to end up being our legs. And so what we're going to do is just strip some of this stuff off. That out of there. We're going to just kind of tie this in over on the side. Just leave it hanging out the back. Work our way back or forward and then back again. And then this part's optional. You can do a lot of different stuff for the underbody. You can use like some chenille if you wanted to, or geez, just really you get really creative. What I'm going to use is just some Ice Dub UV Hot Orange. I just think it looks kind of neat with the black body. And we're going to get some Ice Dub. And let me turn that to the side. We're going to wax our thread just to help get some bite on that Ice Dub. You could use some super glue across the top of there if you wanted to. Or, really kind of whatever you wanted to do. You can get really creative with this one, man. It's good to go. You don't need to have this dubbing on there super well. Ice Dub can be a royal pain to twist on anyway, like I'm kind of having trouble with there. So if it does give you trouble, just dab some glue on the top. Make sure when you're wrapping it forward, it's just going to lock down. So anyway, and we're just going to take this and start wrapping it forward into a body. And I had a real hard time getting that Ice Dub on, didn't I? It did not want to stay. That's all right, no big deal. And we're going to wrap up to basically where the thread is, or where we started our thread. You got some extra there. I'm going to pull that off. And I'm going to trim away just this extra little stuff up front. This is a super easy pattern to tie. We're actually almost done. We're just going to take our hackle, and I go probably about 5 turns or so. 4 or 5 turns in there. I'm going to come back and get that guy a little more even. There we go. Alright, just like so. And capture him. just going to draw all this to the back, and we're going to start kind of putting in a little head here. As we do that, perfect. I'm just going to turn this to the side. Sorry, I know it got blurry. I'm going to trim that off. Now I found the easiest way, well, I'm not going to move the camera, but the easiest way to do this is just kind of draw all these fibers down. Lick my fingers, draw all these fibers down the best you can. I'm going to get that thread out of the way. We're going to cut all these off. You want to leave just a little bit. I usually come down, I don't know if you can see this or not, I usually come down and line my scissors up just below the hook point, just so I have some legs down there, and then anything up top here that's left over, you can trim it flush or shorter, or leave them long. You can really get creative, whatever you think the gills are going to take in your neck of the woods. And just kind of give it the old buzz cut here. Oh, missed some. Okay. And perfect. So you should have something that looks about like that. Next, what we're going to do is we're just going to fold this guy over. I'm sorry, first actually you want to get this thread and wrap your thread just a little ways back into your dubbing. And yeah, I see that I've got a few other things here. I just want to get those out of the way and cleaned up. They're kind of under the eye. Make sure it doesn't block me from getting my tippet through. Alright, that's good. Now we're just going to fold this guy over. I'm going to do a loose wrap, pull down. I'm going to place, I don't know. I've got whatever in there, 10, 12 turns, something like that. I'm going to pull this back, jump my thread forward, wrap up underneath, just to help lock it all into place. Grab my whip finish. And I'm going to whip finish right here on the front part of the head. If you have a tough time doing this, you can absolutely whip finish back here. Just make sure you get a little bit of a thread base up front just to help lock that foam into place. And we can come in and remove your thread. And then what I'll do, just for sake of for easiness, I guess, I'll come in here and kind of clip the front off just like so. And then we can kind of shape this by kind of trimming just the corners off. And I may actually trim this down a little bit more. That's kind of a big head for this little guy. There we go. That's a little better. And there you go. Oop. So yeah, I don't have a name for this. This is just a little Beatle pattern that I kind of tied one day, and it works. So super easy. You can do this in just a ridiculously wide range of colors. After you tie 3 or 4 of these, you can probably tie them in, I don't know, 2 minutes flat, probably. I mean, they're super simple. So all kinds of color options. Don't be afraid to use your glitter stuff. Have fun with this one. This is a real simple pattern that's going to catch you some gills. So just a little popper works. I think the best place I've used it so far is just out on calm water on a lake, when the gills are coming up top and just picking off little bugs. And this guy seems to work pretty well. Again, you can use a bigger hook if you want. You could try to get it down a little smaller in hook. You might be able to go to a 16 or something. But anyway, you can play around with it and see what you come up with. If you like the videos, please subscribe to the channel. Share the videos. Also, if you haven't joined our Facebook group, Fly Tying for Beginners, you're more than welcome to do so. Answer the questions. We let you in. We do some classes once a week, do some special events and stuff like that. So other than that, hope you enjoyed the pattern. Happy tying.